We are on the road to the NBA playoffs, and the Dallas Mavericks are next up on our list. Let me just say this about the Dallas Mavericks. They have been through the ringer. There is not another team in the NBA right now that has been shook up as much as the Dallas Mavericks. But even after their blockbuster trade and all the injuries they've sustained, they still hold a solid play-in spot. Right now, they're up 2 games on the Phoenix Suns. What are the chances the Mavs will do anything special in the play-in slash playoffs?
I don't think the Dallas Mavericks have a secure spot at the 10, if I'm going to be honest. No, I think the Suns can come for them, especially with KD being on the Suns roster. I just think that there's a possibility. We're talking about maybe 2-3 games behind the Dallas Mavericks, the Suns at the 11th spot. I don't know. And with the injuries, the core players not being available right now because of injuries, I don't know. Their next 17, 18 games is going to be critical for them to maintain their 10th spot because I think the Suns can take it, honestly.
Whew. With all that drama going on right now with the Phoenix Suns, doesn't appear like Coach Bud is able to handle his 3 mega superstars. I don't know that I agree with that. I think if the Dallas Mavericks, if a miracle happens in
Yeah.
Dallas, we know Kyrie's done for the season,
Yep.
but there are a couple of players right now that are on the shelf that could potentially return here soon. I know Derek Lively has been cleared for on-court activities. PJ Washington, he's not done for the season. AD is cleared for on-court activities. And then Daniel Gaffer is out with a knee. He can come back at any time. I think there's still a chance. But you know what, though? I'm gonna need Klay Thompson to be the 4-time NBA champion, 4-time or 5-time All-Star. I'm gonna need Klay Thompson. He chose the Dallas Mavericks over the LA Lakers in his free agency period. I know he's hating it. Oh, I know he's hating it right now. Of course, he couldn't foresee this, but I'm gonna need him to act like the 4-time NBA champion that he is. He's getting all the shots. He just needs to knock them down at this point.
See, this is the thing. He was a 4-time NBA champion with the Warriors and that setup.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me that even in that setup, you saw Klay Thompson being that dude alone?
Not alone.
That's my
but
point. Okay, so now, but now what we're asking is for him to do it alone, in a sense, be the leader, if you will. You're asking him to be the leader. He was not the leader with the Warriors, although he played a critical piece in that makeup. Without him, they would not have been successful. I agree with that, right? However, now that he's with the Dallas Mavericks, we're asking him to now take whatever he had there with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Iguodala, that KD in a period of time, and now whoever he was then pre-injury to do it now with the Mavs. No, sir, no, ma'am. No,
All
sir, no,
they
ma'am.
need to do is run plays for Klay, get him the ball. That's
Will
all he was doing with Golden State, was shooting the basketball.
and they were going in. So you just mentioned his shots need to go in. So as we see now, it's very inconsistent. That's what I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what we expect from Klay is what he was able to produce with the Warriors and the schemes that they ran while he was there. We want them to do something similar, what you're saying, for the Dallas Mavericks, but we've seen as of late and his inconsistency in getting the shot in the basket.
For sure.
So,
For sure. Head coach Jason Kidd recently said they don't have a number 1 or number 2 option if you're open, shoot it. I said, oh my goodness. It could be anyone on any given night with the Dallas Mavericks, but it's slim pickings, not a whole lot of talent past the people who are on the shelf.
This is
Anthony Davis has played 1 game for the Dallas Mavericks.
Minutes. 30. So now the question is, do we sit him out? He may be cleared, but should he even play? In my opinion, I'm going to be honest, with the injury history of AD, he needs to be on the shelf for the rest of the year. Get him ready for 2026, right? What good would it be to have him play right now for what? A potential playoff run? Oh, unknown, in my opinion, first round exit? Let's just be honest. Okay. Let's get AD back on the court. Let's get the core players that are now cleared for on-court activity back on the court. What is that going to prove? Because at this point, Kyrie's out. let's prepare, save them, save him, because you don't want him to aggravate, because it's a soft tissue injury, right? You don't want him to re-aggravate it, and then now the surgery that he potentially may need is going to be delayed, which now will delay his on-court activity for 2026. I say, you know what? And does the Dallas Mavericks really want to go through a first-round exit? This is a perfect time to make a decision and say, you know what, we're just going to quietly tank. Why not? Why not? You have all the reasoning behind it, and I don't think anybody would blink an eye. I mean, I wouldn't. I would say, yep, justifiable. Tanking is justifiable. Why?
I say because Anthony Davis needs to save face with the Dallas Mavericks. He played one game and said, I'm here. I'm here.
On the bench.
We ain't seen him. We haven't seen him. He has not played for them. And I just think it's embarrassing. You know, I mean, he just came there and said, I'm here, and now you're on the shelf? No. Remember? It was the funniest thing now looking back. But Anthony Davis recently did an interview where he said, yes, the Dallas Mavericks traded a superstar, but they received a superstar in him. And I was like, I don't know about that. We're talking about a young Luka for a prime AD.
It would have set well had Luka still not been performing well, but Luka's balling. So the statement fell flat. I'm sorry,
real flat.
Especially since you haven't been playing. Now, had he been playing and balling as well, then it would have made sense.
Right.
But nah, bad timing on that statement. Sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think Max Christie has gained the trust of Coach Jason Kidd, who also came over in the trade with Anthony Davis. He's been their glimmer of hope. You know, I think Max Christie, Spencer Dinwiddie, Klay Thompson, if he can get going, and Dwight Powell at the center spot. I know there's not a lot of talent there, but at least they acquired Max Christie, because I thought he was a big piece for the LA Lakers. And when they traded him, as they always do, they get rid of their players that they draft.
Right.
I said, Dallas Mavericks came up on that.
You know what? I was reading an article, and it indicated that it was based on what's the probability of the Dallas Mavericks making the playoffs? 9.09%.
Wow.
You know what? If the betting odds are correct, in my opinion, shelf everybody and just start over in 2020. Start over in 2026.
I don't think they can do it. Can't do it. Nico Harrison's on the hot seat.
Oh, most definitely on the hot seat. Most definitely. We may not be seeing the likes of Nico Harrison. And now Mark Cuban out talking about it.
I don't think they can do it. The Dallas Mavericks have to save face with their fan base as well. They went up on the prices. You no longer have Luka Doncic. The city's in an uproar right now. I just don't know what they can rally around right now outside of a potential AD coming back and other players trickling back as they get ready for the playoffs.
Cute. AD coming back, and those players that can come back and they play. Great. Next 17, 18 games, they kick it. They make it solid 8 seed spot, because that's the highest they can go right now, considering their position in the play-in tournament, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Their road to the playoffs is in the 8th seed. Okay, great. They're going to make the 8th seed, and it's going to be a first-round exit. Can we agree that it will be a first-round exit for the Dallas Mavericks regardless?
Yeah, they have to go up against OKC at number 1. That is correct. I see where you're going with that, but I think they have to at least give it a shot, save their face with their fan base. You can't just sit this one out. You can't do it. I think they have to give it their all on the way to the playoffs, in the play-in tournament, and at least in the first round, just to give the fans hope. Because right now, it's not looking good.
Okay, because to your point, I think I can get on board with it. Let me see what Anthony Davis will be able to produce for us in 2026. I need to see it as a Dallas Mavericks fan. Okay. That'll be my angle. Yes. Not the 2025 season. Let me see what he can do for the remainder of the 2025 season. Can he help lead this team to an 8th seed and have at least a first round playoff experience with AD? So I can see, as a Dallas Mavericks fan, what he's going to produce for us in 2026. Because that 30 minutes is away. That 30 minutes is gone. And I don't know what he can do for me as a Dallas Maverick fan. I saw what he did for the Lakers, saw what he did for New Orleans. But what can he do for us? Right? So if he comes back and that's the angle, I can get on board with that just to see what he can do. But a deep playoff run for this Dallas Mavericks team? No.
And not this season. But you know what? If I'm being completely honest, even with their complement of players against OKC, if, Dallas makes 8, OKC stays at number 1, which it looks like, I don't see them getting by OKC anyway this season.
First round. That's what I'm saying. So again, it's about the playoff experience, and let me see as a Dallas Mavericks fan base, what can AD bring to this city for 2026? If I need to see what that looks like for the remainder of this season, then okay. Otherwise, go rest your tissue, get healthy, and bring it in 2026.